Welcome to this second of our videos. We are going to begin by looking at the first of the 6 elements, perhaps the most important element, which is the breath itself. We need to activate the charge within the body to a certain level that we actually have something to work with. Conscious connected breathing allows us to do this by activating the sympathetic branch of the autonomic nervous system. What we do not want to do is to overstimulate so that we move outside of our window of tolerance. So you may look at the window of tolerance as the range within which we have normal functions within the nervous system. And for some of us, these windows of tolerances can be very, very tiny. For others, they can be very wide. And the wider the window of tolerance, the more resilient the system is. When I'm working with you as a practitioner to a client, I'll be looking to assess the level of charge that can be created using the breath without pushing you outside of your window of tolerance. And there are ways we can avoid this. The style of breathing can be important. Many systems, such as holotropic breathwork, use a rapid, intense breathing that builds charge up very quickly with the aims of transformation. And there's nothing wrong with transformation, but that's essentially getting you out of your body. What we look for here is an activating charge via the breath that brings a limited amount of activation up in the body, but keeps you present into your felt sense. Remember, felt sense was the ability to track the sensations in your body. We do a connected form of breathing, which means there is no pause between the inhale and the exhale. And we start very slowly with a very low to medium level of activation. That can be breathing in and out through the nose, which is the lowest form of activation. Then we can move to in through the nose and out through the mouth, and finally to some breathing in and out through the mouth. We're working to a level for you as my client that you can safely manage. With intensive breathing techniques, they can take you immediately into the center of what is called a trauma vortex. If you imagine that your life is a river, a stressful event can create a breach in the banks, and this forms a vortex of energy, like a whirlpool. At the center is stillness and calm, but all around that is energy. So if you do excessive breathing, you can be taken right into the center, and it feels great, but it's not dealing with all the energy around. It is more of a catharsis than a trauma release. With this system, by modulating our breathing, letting it be natural, letting it be a flow within your window of tolerance, we are taking the outer edges of the trauma vortex and removing the energy around the outer edges. We also practice what is known as pendulation and titration. And with pendulation, we allow the charge to come up to a small level. So we touch into the trauma vortex, and then we move away from the trauma vortex into a place in the body that has general feel-good sensations. So we allow the charge to come up, we allow yourself to be present to it for a small amount of time, and then we reduce the level of activation so that the energy that is brought up is discharged. That first part, the moving between the 2 points, is pendulation, and the fact that we only produce in small amounts is known as titration. And then we slow it down and allow the body to naturally release. Breathwork technique is straightforward, it's simple, but it is applied with great sensitivity and awareness to what is happening for you in your body at any given time. It is the application of the correct amount of breathwork combined with the ability to feel what is happening in the body, together with the movement from charge to discharge several times within a breathwork session, that allows you to release trauma simply and effectively from the body. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.